together and make some noise for our Straight Talk hosts, Kevin and Kristie.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Yes, welcome to those here in our studio audience and those watching on TV right now.
Well, can you believe that it's October already?
It's October.
Like it's already like the tail end of the year. I can't believe it.
Yep, it's already fall, y'all.
Fall,
I have
y'all.
to say that,
Fall,
right?
y'all.
This little southern girl.
Yeah, we didn't even.
Yeah,
fall,
and
y'all.
winter's right around the corner.
It is. It's
like
coming
right
up
around
pretty
the
quick.
corner.
But there's a couple cool things that happen in October.
Yes, there are.
And the very first cool thing is my birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Anyway, that's the first thing that's really cool in October. But the second thing that I think is pretty cool is Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Didn't we go to Oktoberfest? It was last year or something.
Last fall.
In
fall.
Mount Angel. In Mount Angel.
In Mount Angel, Kennedy had a volleyball game or tournament or something like
Right.
that. And she played on the JV and the varsity team. So we were in Mount Angel, and the parents just decided, let's all walk over to Oktoberfest downtown.
From the school, by the way.
It wasn't, okay. Kevin says it's really far, but
I
it's
thought it
only
was
like
far.
4 blocks, you know.
Listen.
If you've been to Mount Angel, you know it's a pretty small little town, right?
But it was packed out
It
there.
was
But anyway,
packed.
Oktoberfest is pretty cool. But did you
Yeah.
know that the Oktoberfest in Mount Angel is nothing compared to the
I can
Oktoberfest
imagine.
where it originated in Munich, Germany? That's where it originated.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, neither did I. But in 1810 it started, and it actually got so big they started making it longer and longer and larger. Like it was just a small little festival. They made it longer. And then they even, and this might answer a couple questions, because what I was remembering is when we went to Mount Angel,
Yeah.
it was actually in
It
September.
was end of September.
Right?
We're like, it's not even October.
It's not even October. Why they call it Oktoberfest in September? But the reason they did that, now get this, is because in September it was a little warmer, and so people would stay out
Makes sense.
longer.
That makes
you
sense.
know, so I mean,
if the crowd leaves, everybody starts closing down.
totally.
And in September, the evenings are a
It's
lot
a little bit warmer, and so they stay later.
Yeah.
That's right. But
That makes
also,
sense.
here's a couple other cool things about Oktoberfest. Did you know that Albert Einstein? Now, this tells you how long ago. Albert Einstein. He actually worked
Now that's an
at
old-
Oktoberfest. He worked on the electrical of the first beer garden in Oktoberfest.
The first beer garden.
Here's the thing. Imagine being there, like Albert Einstein. That would be like going to the Salem Fair and seeing, like, I don't know, Elon Musk. You know, like Elon. You know who Elon Musk is, right?
Should I know who he is?
You've
Should I?
got to be kidding. Elon Musk. I'll give you one guess.
Deanna.
Elon Musk. Okay, he's the owner of Tesla. Come on. Anyway,
Tesla. Deanna would care about Elon Musk.
but Albert Einstein.
If she had the last name Maserati, I'd care.
Well, Albert, that's true.
Those three
but
brothers,
Albert
you know?
Einstein actually worked on the beer gardens in there, and it was imagine being there when that happened. But
That's crazy to think that long ago.
that guy, yeah. But
They
here's
had Oktoberfest going.
they did. I mean, Albert Einstein invented stinking electricity and light bulbs and stuff. Anyway, speaking about beer gardens, but they also served 500. Get this, 500,000 chickens during this event.
Okay, I do not remember chicken
I don't
anywhere
either.
when we went, but lots of bratwurst, and German food,
Sausages,
and
yeah,
pretzels
sauerkraut,
and stuff like that. But I
not
don't
chicken.
remember chicken.
I don't either. They also served over 200,000 gallons of beer. That's a lot. 200,000 gallons of beer at this event. Like, imagine that.
I think that says 2 million.
It's 2 million. Could you imagine 2 million? 2 million gallons? That can't be right.
Gallons of beer.
That cannot be right.
Wow.
Anyway, what they
Wow.
had to do is they had to actually have a Red Cross tent on site.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
because
I can
people,
only imagine what 2 million gallons of beer does to people's
they were all like indulging, and
Yeah.
I think like
Yeah.
over 8,000 people would overindulge and need medical
And have to
attention.
get-
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's actually pretty smart to know that you're going to have a problem.
It is.
And you can't really monitor that when you're at a festival where there's multiple beer gardens and stands to go to, and you could get a drink at every one, so nobody knows how many you've had. So.
Well, the Red Cross knows. Anyway, there's also at Oktoberfest church. Every first Thursday of Oktoberfest, they have Catholic Mass. Yeah, every Thursday. I mean, back in the day.
Right next to the beer garden?
Well, actually, back in the day, beer was actually safer than water.
That's right. That's
so
right.
they used to
I can't imagine what water looked like.
They actually brewed it. They brewed it and served it, and that was back in the day.
Wow.
So finally, let me give you one more.
I did not know that either.
Let me give you one more fact about Oktoberfest, okay? Because Paris Hilton went to Oktoberfest. Paris Hilton went to Oktoberfest, and she got banned for wearing one of those like traditional
this was what she had
golden.
On?
Yes, it's a golden and shiny drindle. First of all, what is a drindle?
That is a drindle.
Okay, that just looks like a dress. Why don't they just say dress? Why don't they just say dress? Why do they have to say drindle?
Because this is Germany, so everything's called something different. They don't just say dress.
Well, anyway, the locals got together and said, she's inappropriate, and they banned her. Like, she's not even allowed to go
come back to Oktoberfest, wherever they banned her from.
I guess.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, Paris Hilton, if you were here, we would allow you to be on
If you're watching, you can come.
We would allow you to
be on Straight Talk. That's right.
Well, everyone, help me welcome our very own beautiful, astoundingly gorgeous Kay Dizzle.
Hey, Dizzle! What's up?
How's it going?
You can wear whatever you want here. We're not going to ban you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have you ever gone to Oktoberfest?
I have.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I think the only thing I remember is I'm lactose intolerant and I ate a lot of cheese that day.
Oh, that's true.
And
they have
it was
a lot of cheese.
Yeah, it was not a good sight, but I'm actually going to Oktoberfest tomorrow.
Are you really?
Because
Are you?
It's September.
Very
right
cool.
Now, but
Wow. Actually, I do think we went to Oktoberfest. When we went, one of the girls that played on Kennedy's team, she's always lived in Mount Angel her whole life, and she dresses up and does one of the little dances.
She does the whole
one
thing.
of the productions they do out there. It's kind of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah,
well,
it's a good time.
to
It's
go.
a good time. It's very crowded. Lots of different characters.
Yeah.
But
well, have fun over there.
Thanks.
Don't eat any cheese.
I won't this time. I will not. I will try something else.
Well, anyway, folks, we have a great show for you today. We'll be giving you tips on how to keep your home comfortable during the winter time. And we'll start a brand new discussion called Shipwrecked.
Yes.
It's called Shipwrecked. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this commercial break.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
How did you do that?
Uh-oh. You gotta lean back. You gotta lean back with it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is this possible?
Let's go.
Has anyone ever done it?
You gotta really.
What do you mean lean back? I'm getting a toe cramp.
Oh, see, look. Now you gotta use your face muscles. Use those face muscles. Use your tongue. Oh.
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
Segment.
Yes, it is.
These are our players. We've got Kevin, my co-host, and this is Danny from Advantage Heating and Air. And he's going to play the game today. And I really don't have the explanation for this game, so I'm going to turn it over to Kay Dizzle so she can tell us how this game goes.
All right, you guys. This game today is called Oreo. Oreo. Take a look at that. Oreo. The point of this game is to eat an Oreo. The only downfall is you can't eat the Oreo using your hands. So what you're going to do is you're going to place an Oreo on your forehead. You may have seen this game other places.
Okay.
And we're going to do best out of 3.
Okay.
So it's a competition.
Okay.
We'll see who wins. You place the Oreo on your forehead,
Okay.
and the first person to get the Oreo from their forehead to their mouth and completely eat the Oreo wins the round.
Got
Okay.
it. You're going
Got
down.
it, man.
Does that sound pretty easy?
So
If
as
you
long as you
drop
can munch
the
it down.
Oreo, you have to pick it up and start over.
Okay.
You can't place it where it fell off.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yep.
All right, and then we're going to do 3 rounds of that. Does
not
that
sound
sound pretty
at all.
easy?
So we go at the same
Sounds
time?
easy.
Yes, you guys
Okay.
go at the same time.
Not sound easy.
Yeah? He said it does not
That
sound
does
easy.
not sound
I'm
easy.
going to give you both
Okay.
an Oreo.
All right.
Why, thank you.
All
Now we
right.
just start
All
eating.
right, Kay's going to count you down.
Audience, if you could help me count this down, we're going to start in 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Let's get it.
Let's go.
How do you do that?
Oh,
Uh-oh. You got to lean back. You got to lean back with it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is this possible?
let's
Yeah,
go.
has anyone ever done it?
You got to really.
What do you mean lean back? I'm getting a toe cramp.
Oh, see, look. Now you got to use your face muscles. Use those face muscles. Use your tongue.
That was close.
How do you get
Oh,
it
nice.
from your nose?
I'm not sure we have round.
How about here?
Nice
Does this work?
catch. Nice catch.
Oh, man. Do we have time for 3 rounds?
Holy cow, we gotta get one.
I think we gotta get 1 round.
Okay.
See? Okay. Oh, Danny's onto something over here.
Yep.
Yep,
hold on.
use those eyebrows muscles.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
Now you just got to stick your tongue
How
out
do
and
you
catch it.
Oh, I should open my mouth. I think I had it.
I don't think we're gonna get 3 rounds, guys.
We'll just get.
Listen, if you don't feel sanitary, you can use a
Honestly-
different Oreo.
Oh, that was really close.
That actually touched my mouth.
It did.
He's on his way.
Gotta get it
He's
open.
halfway there.
Are you serious?
No.
Boom. I
No.
feel like
Oh!
I feel like
Okay, stick your tongue out.
Oh!
You gotta use your tongue.
Gotta
Tongue. There you go.
catch
I
it with
feel
your
like
tongue.
I'm
Catch it
moving
with your
a
tongue.
lot of parts of my body and nothing's happening.
Yep. Come
That
on.
just walked off stage.
Come on.
Oh, that was close.
Like, why am I moving my eyes?
Okay, that's 1 out of 3.
Oh, that one's broke.
Now,
Gotta get a new one. It's not fair if it's broke.
here we go. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Is this seriously possible?
Has anyone done this before?
I think somebody has done this before.
You
Have
have?
we seen this game? This game has been
All right, this is what we're gonna do. Contestants, if you could pause really quick.
Okay.
Everybody pause.
Okay.
We are gonna take a breather.
Because I'm getting an asthma attack.
Yes, yes.
Deep breath in.
Maybe we should
Let
reflect.
it out.
Okay.
All the tension.
You guys are leaning backwards.
Okay.
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 So if you're leaning backwards, there's no movement for the Oreo, right? Where do you get that movement from? Your facial muscles. Yeah, you know, like,
Listen.
oh,
eyebrows.
wow.
Nose.
Stick your tongue out, maybe.
Okay.
Look a
Good
little
job.
goofy, all right?
All right,
Let's
we got
try
1
again.
minute.
Had it.
1 minute.
Let's try again. Here we
1
go.
minute.
Here we go.
My legs are getting sore.
Here we go. Go.
Your legs?
Yeah, I'm leaning back.
Can I use my
yep.
shoulder?
Okay, come on, come on.
Your
Wow.
shoulder.
Danny had it on his shoulder, actually.
I did.
Oh, now maybe lean to the
That one
left or
disappeared.
right and get it on your cheekbone. See? You gotta get it on your cheekbone after getting it to the brim of your. Yup.
I got it
Now.
to the nose. Now what?
Lean to the left or the right.
Now you gotta lean your
Okay.
face to one side so it goes
Okay.
down to one side.
I get it to my nose.
I lost it.
Wow.
We got 20 seconds,
Straight
Katie.
over
Come on.
Here.
How do we do this? Oh, this one's broken.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
Got this.
Gentlemen, come on.
Oh! You got close.
If you would have had your tongue sticking out, you could have caught that.
We got 7 seconds, K Dizzle.
Good grief. I'm really
Okay, you're getting somewhere. This could be it. This is for the win. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, that was fun.
All right. That must have been a harder game.
It's a tie.
That's a
We both
harder
lose.
That's
We're both losers.
That is definitely harder than it seems.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine you trying.
No. It would stick right here on my makeup and never come down.
Oh my gosh.
So has anybody ever done it?
Oh
For real?
yes. Yes.
Really?
I
Okay.
mean, growing up in a youth group, I've
Cameron's
done it.
done it?
I've done it.
Done it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No way.
I don't know. We got a little bit of time left.
That's
Maybe we
all
should
right.
have Cameron
No,
come
we
show
don't
us
have
what
any
he's
time
done.
left. We don't have any time left.
That's all right. Well, good try.
right.
Good try.
All right, well, when we come back, we'll have tips to keep your house just right at the perfect temp as we go into fall, and then, of course, especially in the winter. And later in the show, we'll start our new conversation called Shipwrecked.
Shipwrecked.
So don't go away. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Dude, this is how you go.
I know this probably doesn't look that dirty, but this needs to be changed. It's actually dirty. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at your filter.
Okay.
Because if you're running a race or you're walking, jogging around, and you're breathing through a straw,
Yeah.
that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Your furnace cannot breathe. It can't get enough air through it.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
like those Starbucks drinks when
That's
I
right.
drink and there's like a little berry that gets stuck in my
And
straw.
you can't get, yeah, that's
Gotcha.
right.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
All right, everybody, today we're in Acts chapter 4, verse 12, where it says, "There is salvation in no one else. God has given no other person, no other name under heaven by which we must be saved." Now, you might wonder, well, what is that all about? I mean, we know we're saved by Jesus, but here's the thing that I thought about, and in 60 seconds, ponder this. How often are we trying to take ownership of salvation through works, or through going to church, or through doing things for other people? How often do we try to claim our salvation based on how good we are versus bad we are, or by going to a belonging to a certain organization or denomination? Can I tell you something? Your salvation comes by no other name, by no other man, by no other thing except by Jesus Christ himself. And when we figure that out, then we will truly understand our salvation and personal relationship with him. All right? This has been your 60-second Devos, so why not share this with somebody else? It only takes a minute to watch it, but it just might change their life forever. God bless you. Welcome back. Welcome to 2022, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome back, everyone. All right. Well, earlier in the show, we were talking about how we're in fall.
That's right.
And winter's right around the corner. And it's always such an extreme challenge to keep your house's temperature just perfect.
It is, but
I mean, with everything getting a little cooler, and then some days it's still a little warm. You just, it's always like either too hot or too cold.
But I think sometimes the challenge is that we have those, we have one of those smart thermostats, and sometimes it's not so smart.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some days I wonder if it's us that's not so smart.
Baby.
But today we've brought an expert on
That's right.
heating and air conditioning, cooling in your house. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help us welcome Danny Sommers from Advantage Heating and Air.
All right, Danny. Welcome, Danny. What's up, brother?
Hey.
Good to have you, man.
Sorry, man. Went for
Good to
that.
have you.
Oh my gosh.
Back there eating Oreos. Sorry.
Dude, those Oreos were
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, on my face.
How about me? We good?
No, you're good.
Okay, you're good.
It's a little up there, but that's okay. Hey, I brought you guys some.
Oh, thank
some
you.
Shirts.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Some
you.
Advantage heating
Advantage
shirts.
Heating and Air.
I love shirts.
First, check out the back of this thing, you guys.
That is super cool.
That's
Thank you,
cool.
man.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
You.
My daughters
Thank
are going to
you.
steal this. They steal every sweatshirt I have in my
Well, I tell you what, just let me know. We'll get another one. It's okay.
All right, I appreciate
so,
it.
I love the thought of the smart thermostat being so dumb. I think it's operator error.
It could
That's
be a
what
little
I think.
operator
I think it's
error.
operator error.
But we appreciate you
know.
being on the show. We want to talk about some tips on how to, and mainly for us, how to keep our house the right temperature. So what do you have for us today?
So I know this probably doesn't look that dirty, but this needs to be changed. It's actually dirty. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at your filter.
Okay.
Because if you're running a race or you're walking, jogging around, and you're breathing through a straw, that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Your furnace cannot breathe. It can't get enough air through it.
Oh, so it's like
Okay.
those Starbucks drinks when
That's
I
right.
drink and there's like a little berry that gets stuck in my
And
straw.
you can't get, yeah, that's
Gotcha.
right.
Okay.
That's what's happening right there. You're
Yep.
blocking all the air. And so what will happen is you won't get the heat coming through your house. And then you're going to call me and you're going to say, hey, something's wrong. And I'm going to come out and say, Kevin, right there. Nope.
Gotcha.
That's what's wrong.
You know what else that we have?
What do you got?
A lot of times people forget to switch their thermostat from cooling to heating.
So that's a thing?
That's a thing.
Ours
You
is
have-
actually on auto.
Now, if it's
Yeah,
on
what if it's
auto,
on
you're
auto?
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
It's on auto.
Mine's not. Don't tell anybody. I have to switch mine from cooling to heating. So
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to change that. And the other cool thing is, if it's a smart thermostat, you can use your phone.
Oh, yeah,
And so
That's true.
Yeah.
you
We
can,
do have
you
it on
can
our
lay
phone.
in bed and you go, hey, it's
Yeah.
too warm,
Yeah.
too
Right,
cold.
right.
Again, I
Mine's
haven't
on my phone.
hooked mine up yet.
It's on the phone.
But I'm going to hook mine up soon.
Oh, cool.
I've got someone that can do that for me.
Yeah, if you have, I know a
You know a guy?
I know
Thank
a guy.
You. Thank you. I need some help. Maybe I'll get the phone number so that I can get this figured
Actually,
out.
the reason ours is on auto is because we just had Advantage heating
That's
there
right.
at our house.
Yep.
So the guy said, well, why is it on cooling? Just put it on auto and it won't get too cold at nighttime when
Right.
it's, the temperatures come down.
Yep.
Sometimes my poor girl's, Kate Dizzle over here, sitting in the living room trying to watch a movie with like 5 blankets
blankets,
wrapped
right.
around her and
Right.
her,
Yeah.
hat on and a sweatshirt on. But, yeah.
Well, you
So
need-
we got the dirty and we got the
we
clean.
got the oh yeah yeah
The clean
we should
is-
probably
this
show
is
the
what
clean.
it's supposed to look. How
This is what
often
it's
do you
supposed to look
change
like.
them? Like how
So
often should we be changing
it's
them?
really easy every change of the season, 4 times a year.
Ah, okay.
So you go from spring to summer.
Change it.
Change it. Summer to fall.
Change it.
Fall to winter.
Change it.
Winter to spring.
Change it.
Yep.
I got it now. I got it.
That's a really good rule of thumb.
What I mean by I got it, it's like I'm gonna see
not
if Cameron,
because he changed
Cameron
it.
can change it
Now,
for me.
when you when you have a filter this size, usually it's just
That's
twice
huge.
a
Like,
year.
no,
That's
seriously,
what we
like
have.
it's
That's
the
what we have.
that's what we have.
it's the
That's what we
thickness
have.
right here. Oh yeah, this is what you guys.
Okay.
Have.
Yeah, we have
well,
that.
only the best for you guys.
Ah, I appreciate it. So what do we got here? Like that
So-
looks like a
That's
box.
a different size.
Yeah, what we do when we install a brand new furnace and a brand new system is we put in a filter box because it is so much easier to get the filter out. There's 2 clips.
Okay.
Man, that was lucky.
Okay.
And it opens up, and
You
your
pull it
filter's
right
right
out.
there. Some, I got to tell you, some filters are really hard. I actually,
Hard to change.
yeah, they're really hard to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was a technician and I was trying to change filters, sometimes I would have cuts all over my arm
Yeah.
just trying to get to them. So
Yeah.
that's what we do for our customers to make sure that it's really easy and
Do we
quick
have
to
that?
get to.
I think so.
We have that.
He opens a little door and
I'm glad
pulls
you
it
have
right
that.
out.
If you don't have that, next time we come out, I'm going to tell the guys to make sure you have that.
Gotcha. No, I think we do have that. I think we do
Yeah,
have
we
that.
do.
Okay.
Actually, they came out and fixed the furnace, so I think they changed it up a little
Good.
bit. So
Yeah.
that
Good.
might be what they did.
There's a lot of things that happen.
I think
Yeah.
they sold us on a bunch of stuff.
Oh, of course. But it was all necessary.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
I guess
It was
so.
all needed. We never do that unless you need that. Unless
Okay,
you're
so what do
Kevin.
we have over here? What do we have over here?
So these are smart thermostats.
Okay.
Smart thermostats.
This one is my favorite. That's what I have
The
at my
Daikin?
house. Yeah.
Okay.
And it we actually can monitor what's going on with your system from our computers at the office if you allow us to.
Oh.
You have to allow us the access.
Okay.
And then we can monitor what's going on. A lot of times
That's cool.
we'll call you and we'll say, "Hey Kevin,
Your house is too hot.
something's going wrong. We got to get out there."
You're like,
and
why are you changing the heat? Like every day, it's up, down, up, down.
yeah, we can't see that. We just know if something's broken on your system.
And why are you wearing that weird outfit?
Kevin, every morning you got to get rid of that robe, man. You're in the
Gotcha.
80s, buddy. You
I
got to
got
get
it,
you
I got it.
unstuck
Well,
out of the 80s.
that's right, we're
and
gonna-
get
we're
you
gonna talk
into
about that for
get
sure.
into the 2000s here in this
So
century.
this is a smart, smart.
Yes.
Okay.
Smart
that's
thermostat.
what
And what's really cool is you can
Yeah.
put it on your phone, and you can be anywhere. I mean, you can be wherever you go. I mean, where are you going next? Kenya. You're
Yeah,
going to
going to
Kenya.
Kenya,
You
yeah.
can be in Kenya, and you can say, Kristie, why is the house so warm? What are you
So
doing there?
you can monitor it. Gotcha.
Or if you're going on vacation or whatever, and you think, man, I think we forgot to change the
Yeah.
heat. You can check that. Or
Yeah.
you're coming back, and it's like, we're going to turn that on because
Well,
it's cold.
let me ask you something. What if you have one of those houses with one of those really, really old thermostats? Like, not even with the dials, like with the clickers. You know what if you have that? Can you
Change
still
it.
do it? Can you still change it?
Yes, you can change it. We
Oh,
have
really?
we have
Yeah.
all kinds of thermostats that will work with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
really cool because
So
then all
they'll
of a sudden you
install
update
that
it.
for you.
Yeah.
Even if it's one of those old ones
Yep.
that are still orangish brown.
Oh yeah, yeah, one of those old ones
I
with
just
the little,
checking. I
and
just
it's
checking.
got mercury
Yeah.
in it, which is really
Yeah,
bad
the mercury,
for you and bad for the environment and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to go with a smart thermostat. In fact, it will save you money in the
Well,
long
that's what I
run
was going to
anyway.
ask. What's the benefit of having a smart thermostat?
It will save money because it learns, and it will learn the pattern of when you get up, when you go to bed, you set it, and it learns how long it needs to take to get to that temperature. Let's say you get up at what?
yeah.
What time do you get up, Kevin?
Usually around 5:30.
Okay, early guy. What time do you get up?
He wakes up at 5.
That's
Getting
what I
up
was
and
wondering.
waking up
Yeah,
are
there you
two
go.
different things.
Okay, you did ask me that.
When do you get out of
When do you
bed?
get out of
when
bed?
your feet hit the floor?
I usually get up at about 7:15 to make sure my daughter's alive.
Okay. there
Because she
you
has to go to school.
I'm just kidding.
go. So basically, let's say you set it to be at 70 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if it's not 70 degrees at 5 o'clock, the next day it will start earlier to get it up to that temperature.
Gotcha.
So you're comfortable.
Gotcha.
So
You're
it just
comfortable the minute you get out
starts
of bed.
warming it up faster.
Yep,
Or
earlier.
if it's getting
Yep.
too warm too fast, it'll kind of
Yep.
slow
Then
down.
it'll
Gotcha.
Nice.
So and that way you can have a setback,
Yeah, that's
and
a
you're
good idea.
saving energy there. If you go to
That's
work,
smart.
yeah, it's a smart right. That's smart.
All right, well, these are great tips to keep your house calm, cool, warm, collected.
And comfortable.
Warmer
comfortable.
when it
That's
gets
what I
colder
was
outside
trying to say
and cooler
comfortable.
when it's warmer.
I was trying to
And
say
if you're
comfortable.
not comfortable, give us a call and we'll make it comfortable.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, if you can
That's
tell
awesome.
our viewers one of the best tips for managing the temperature in your house, what should they do? Should they do this? Should they do that? Should they do that?
It's kind of all encompassing. So
Okay.
that is number one because, like I
Filters.
said, if that's plugged,
Yeah.
you're not going to get any air through your house at all.
Gotcha.
So that's number one. Number two is set your thermostat where you're comfortable. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's 74, if it says 74, 75. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Just set it where you're comfortable.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you'll always be upset. Well, I have it set at 69 and I'm never comfortable. Okay. If you're always cold, turn it up.
Warm it up.
Yep.
I mean, that's the reality.
All right. Well, we
Sounds
appreciate
like
all the
an idea.
tips. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing us what we need to do.
Thanks for the shirt.
Thanks
You're
for the
welcome.
shirt. I love
Yeah.
it. All right. This is the love first. We're going to talk about that a little later. When we come back, we've got more with Danny as we talk about the advantage of using Advantage and some more house tips on
Thank you.
how to keep your house comfortable.
Yep.
We'll be right back right after this commercial break. But secondly, what kind of computer is that? Like,
That thing was, I mean, when I had it built for myself and my cousin's
For
husband.
the needs of your business.
Yes, and he said, you will never need a faster computer than this.
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
Hi, I'm Dan Sommers with Advantage Heating and Air Conditioning. In life as well in business, I really want to help people. I really want to help everyone here become the best person that they can be. Everyone in the company, I really want to lift them up. Most businesses view in life of a pyramid, and I turn mine upside down because my focus is to help lift everyone else up. So whether they're in my business, whether they're in my in the family, whether they're just friends of mine, I'm always trying to encourage and help and lift them to their next potential.
ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome back the founder and CEO of Advantage Heating and Cooling, Danny Sommers. Yeah. Welcome back, brother. Good to have you on the show. Come on in, have a seat.
Thank you.
so good to have you, man.
good
the
to be
Oreo
here.
challenge, the house tips.
Well, you guys left Oreos, the whole package back there. I'm stuffed.
Are they gone now?
Yep, they're gone. There's not one left.
That's funny. Well, thanks for being with us on the show, Danny.
Thank you for having me.
Well, why don't you start by giving us a little bit of how long ago you started and how you got started?
What the history is.
Yeah, what's the history
Well, I
of
was really insane at the moment, and I had this idea that I should start a heating and air conditioning company in 1992. For the most part, my weekends were
pretty packed.
just trying to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a while ago. 92 was a little while
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it
so
was.
you had just got started. And what was it like? I mean, we have a couple pictures of your early
I know,
days.
come on.
Early days?
Tell us about this first picture. Let's see this first picture right here. What is that? Is that your office, for one?
I was really excited when I got that office.
But secondly, what kind
bigger.
of computer is that? Like,
That thing was, I mean, when I had it built for myself and my cousin's husband.
For the needs of your business.
Yes, and he said, you will never need a faster computer than this.
Never. You will never
You will
need.
never need more RAM, more space. You've got more
my
than you'll
goodness.
ever need. And,
That's crazy.
Yeah, that lasted about a year. and then we had to go to another
It
computer.
feels like every computer lasts about a year.
Oh,
and then the
yeah.
new one comes out and the
Yep.
new technology.
so I think you were telling me before the show you were doing taxes or something like that in this kind of an office. Or is that not?
This office, I was look at my khaki pants. Boy,
I
that's
love
cool,
them, man.
right?
I love your big cell phone too, or whatever that is.
Hey, that was styling back then.
Motorola.
Dude. That's right. That was Nextel. You could
Oh,
walkie-talkie
gotcha.
and
Yeah,
everything. I didn't have anybody working with me, but I felt important with walkie-talkie.
Now I'll tell you, nowadays we see Advantage everywhere. The
Yeah.
trucks,
Yeah.
the buses, the vans, everything, right?
Billboards.
But let's take a look at this picture and tell me how you started your fleet, okay? Because look at that.
There we
How
are.
about that?
Oh yeah, that was a 1989.
There you
the
go.
very first fan?
Yeah, very first
Very
van.
first van.
Bought it for $1,500. and
Wow.
Hoped it was gonna last,
Got your logo
and it
on
did. It made it until I could buy some news. I actually still have. So that was number one. I have the second van that I purchased, and
Nice.
I'm thinking of gutting it and putting it on top of our building or something so it rotates.
Well, there's a lot of history there. I mean, we're talking about 30 years. Did
Yeah.
you just recently celebrate 30
We
years?
did.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
That's an
I
exciting
started
thing.
January 1.
Uh-huh.
I quit my job, which was crazy, and went out and just said, I can do this.
And you obviously have, because you are quite known in the Salem, Kaiser, and
Yes.
surrounding regions and all of that. But I want to talk to you a little bit about culture and leadership, because what I've noticed about you, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is a good friend of mine, and we talk a lot and we do things together. And one of my passions is leadership. So when I see your videos and you're doing so much leadership and culture stuff in your community of workers and employees and the workforce, it's obviously important to you, right? So tell us a little bit about what that looks like and what that feels like in your work environment, leadership and culture.
So that's one of the most important things,
Yeah,
is
I
the
agree.
culture. Because so many places that I've worked before, other people have worked before, they're just number 3,275.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's name, and part of our onboarding process is they have to sit down and talk with me, so I get to know them.
Yeah.
In the video, it did talk about the upside down pyramid. There was just a revelation that I had that most corporate is structured.
Right.
There's
Right.
the owner at the
Right.
top, president, whatever, CEO, and then it all falls down. I felt that was wrong, and I shifted that upside down
Yeah.
because it's my job to lift up my managers. It's my manager's job to
Right.
lift up everybody else, and then even the apprentices that come on. It's a journeyman's job to train them up. I mean, we do a lot of training. We're probably training. We train every day. There is some sort of training going on every day. But the leadership and the culture, that's number one. And the Love First shirt.
Yeah.
So where that came from was we were just asking everyone to come in And we were videotaping, and they would come in and sit down. What do you like about Advantage? What do you think about Advantage? And every single person. No,
or
this
workers, your workers.
This is the workforce. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
So the workforce came in,
Yeah.
and everyone, there was this underlying trend of, yeah, we feel loved here.
That's awesome.
We feel loved.
That's awesome.
And we kind of grabbed on that. We thought, wow, that needs to be a part of our culture. That needs to be, I mean, it already is, but now we brand it. And that's why on all of our advertising, not all of it, but a lot of it, you'll see hashtag love first.
Yep.
Because that's what we want. I honestly believe that the people, and I don't call them employees because they're not my employees,
Right.
we all work together.
Yeah.
And so everyone that works at Advantage, I want them to feel loved because, customers always first. No,
Yeah.
my people are first.
I look at it the same way. If you make your employees first, they'll
Yep.
take care of your customers.
Yep.
And it just goes that way.
It's amazing what happens. I mean, we have, I have a story if I've got a moment. One of our guys went out and he was doing an installation, and the customer just was really upset. And they were only there like 20 minutes. And so he walked up to me and said, "Ma'am, have we done something? Is there, have we offended you in some way?" And she said, "No, my husband just passed away 2 weeks ago." And she broke down in tears, and he held her for 10 minutes.
Wow.
While she just let the emotions out.
Mm.
That's love.
That's very cool.
That's love first.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
him knowing that we would support that from the management side, that just made me feel so good when I heard that story.
That's very
It's cool to hear you say that because Advantage has been out to our house a couple times now because we have the maintenance program, so they come out and maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
And every time the guys come out, they're like, okay, so the first time we got the Ecobee, the smart thermostat, I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this thing. So they were really
Kevin really
good.
doesn't know.
I really don't.
He was working. He's in his office on the phone the whole time. But he took the time to show us how to work it and did a couple things. And I'm like, okay, could you slow that down by 100 times? Because he's just clicking buttons. And he knows just where to go, how to do it. And they've always taken the time to sit down and okay, do you understand now? Or do you need me to show you again? So they're really good about, saying, explaining things thoroughly. They're very kind about it. I don't ever feel like they're in a hurry to get whatever they're there to do done and out the door. I love how you said we don't want our customers to feel like a number.
Right.
We don't want our employees to feel like a number.
Right.
That's so key because I know there's so many people when we talk with our friends or even us, you go to the doctor, you feel like a number. I'm patient number 3 today. I don't even think the doctor knows my name, but I like it. We like to be in a society where people know who we are. They take the time to get to know us. And so it shows in your employees how much time and effort you put into the employees.
But I think it also shows in the community because you guys are doing a lot in the community. So what is driving you and what's the importance of Advantage being so connected
There's lots
in
of
the community?
involvement in the community.
So we actually go in about 50 to 60 homes a day.
Wow.
And so we get to visit, we get to see a lot of things. One of our guys on the sales team, he came and he was in tears.
Really?
And said, I can't make this work for this lady. She doesn't have heat. She doesn't have any money. I don't know what to do. And we said, well, let's give her a system. And so we gave her a system.
Oh, man.
I would love to do that with everybody. We can't do that with everybody. So we've really tried to look at the community and try to figure out how can we help? How can we give back? The community has given to us so much that we really want to give back. We helped with the Fire Foundation and the police force and all that, and we kind of did one thing. And what was really cool was our partners, Daikin, they're our manufacturer, and they're actually the largest in the world, which is really weird. A lot of people don't know who Daikin is.
And that was the thermostat, right?
That was the thermostat.
Okay.
Right. They actually matched everything that we were able to put in.
That's
so
awesome.
They came and they said, hey, we told them what we were doing, and we gave, for every system that we sold for a certain amount of time, we put $100 into the bank, and when it came time, and weren't asking Daikin, the manufacturer, we weren't asking anything, and we were just telling them the story, and they said, oh, that's something that we'd love to help with. So they matched it.
Awesome.
That's
And I think it
amazing.
was around $50,000, $60,000
Oh my
that we were able to
goodness.
give. And that was so much fun to be able to give back to the community. We invited the whole community, and we had names, everybody's name on printed out on these great big huge things, whatever you call them. Anyway,
Well,
and
how awesome to find a manufacturer that
right.
has
No
the same
kidding, that
heart
partner
as
with
you
you.
guys at your company.
I have
That's
actually
awesome.
worked with just about every manufacturer, and all of a sudden this one came, and it's like they have the same heart
Yeah.
that we have, and when every time that they partner with us, they just never disappoint.
Well, and your charitable giving and that heart to serve, it goes beyond even the local region. Because I want to share with our viewers, Advantage Heating and Air is also partnering with us to bring water to Africa. And we don't
That
have
is
time.
so exciting.
We don't have time to talk about that today, but we have you coming on another show where we're just going to talk about how we're partnering together to bring running water
can't
to a
wait.
region that has never even had fresh water, and that's awesome. So we just want to thank you for that effort. Thank you for sponsoring this show, because without support like you, we couldn't even have this show, and plus you just made this particular episode a lot of fun. So we appreciate that. You know?
Yes, but we have to take a break, everyone. But when we come back, Danny is going to join us
gonna
in a
stick around.
brand
Yeah,
new
I'll stick around.
discussion. We have a brand new discussion called Shipwrecked, and Danny will be joining us in that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this
Right
break.
after this break. So if you believe the Bible, like if you believe the Bible is true, then that means that old victim mentality should be wiped out, because that's not who you are today, right? That old mentality of everything you knew in the past, it's a new day. It's a new day, and we need to trust that scripture applies to us today. We're made new, right?
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
All right, yeah, guys, welcome back. This is the time of the show where we want to do a little bit of teaching, get into the Word. We're starting a brand new discussion
Yes, we are.
called Shipwrecked. And sometimes we just feel a little shipwrecked.
Yes, a little stuck.
A little bit stuck, and so now it is time to talk. Let's talk. All right, well, we got Danny with us still. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you very much.
We are talking about Shipwrecked, and basically the premise of how sometimes in life we just feel stuck.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite shows of all time, back when I was a kid, you know what I'm going to say? Gilligan's Island.
Yep,
Come on, somebody.
yep,
Gilligan's Island.
Stuck on that island.
Stuck on that island. But anyway, I used to love that show, and sometimes you get stuck on a deserted island, and it's just how life is, right?
Yeah,
I mean, have you ever felt like you were stuck?
Absolutely.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you can feel stuck personally. You can feel stuck in your job. You can feel stuck in a relationship. You can feel stuck in many ways.
Yeah.
Or like you're shipwrecked in different ways.
Well, when you're shipwrecked, what does it actually feel like? So shipwreck being kind of like stuck, deserted island, what does it feel like? For me, it feels a little bit like you just can't get out of something, right? You're stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, right?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever felt that way?
Absolutely. Or you're looking for an answer, but you don't see one.
Yeah.
The frustration, the loneliness, just everything compiling on top of it. It's like the answer won't come. You know,
And
I'm stuck here. How do I
sometimes
get
you
out?
feel like a failure, but that's one of the things
So
I love
difficult,
about
yeah.
your interview when you talk about like leadership and culture,
Yeah.
because oftentimes you feel like you're stuck at work, but people actually like going to work at Advantage, right? I mean,
Try to make it fun. Yeah, we try
nobody
to make
feels
it
like
fun.
they're in a dead-end job, do they?
Yeah. No, and we always tell them, look, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, let's
talk.
Let's find out what you want to do. And you know what? If you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't, because we want them to stay working there, because we love everybody that's there. But yeah.
Well, one time we were actually in our boat on the river, and we'd never experienced this before, but apparently the river over by the airport, it actually, that's the Columbia River, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the Columbia, but there's the little
there's
inlet.
a little inlet.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that, like, there's actually tides.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went out on the boat.
Where the inlet comes into the Columbia, right at the mouth. There's so many
And all of a
sandbars.
sudden, my boat bogged down.
Oh, wow.
It was like, boom. And I'm like, oh. Like, we never thought it would happen to us. I have no
We thought it was the engine at
no
first.
rows. Like, oh my gosh, we're stuck. It's the worst feeling in the world, right? But in life, we kind of feel stuck. And it's the worst feeling in the world. You feel lonely, you feel frustrated, you feel scared. But let's talk a little bit about what makes us feel stuck. Like, what causes you to feel shipwrecked or in a rut? Do you know? I mean, have you ever felt like you were stuck, and what caused that?
Sometimes you got to take a step back and kind of look at your life and see, why am I feeling so stuck? Am I stuck in I think sometimes a repetitive routine.
Like a dead-end job?
You get stuck doing, a dead-end job is terrible when you don't even enjoy being there. You don't enjoy the people you work with. You don't enjoy the type of job you're doing, and you're just kind of stuck there, but you still need to make money.
Right.
So you stay with the job, and sometimes it's hard to push through that uncomfortable feeling of trying something new, trying something different, or the job you're working for doesn't have a Danny that owns it, so you're working for someone that's not enjoyable to work for. So
Well, in business, you get stuck. I mean, you might get stuck doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden you realize, wow, we've been doing this. This is the same. We've always done it this way, and then we realize, we can't do that anymore. We have to change. So there's a lot of times we're constantly changing.
Have you changed the routine at Advantage
All the
because you
time.
felt like you were kind of getting in a rut or stuck?
We are always changing.
Yeah.
Well, the advancement in technology
it's amazing.
Alone in a business can cause the business to constantly have to change things.
For sure.
So
I was in Las Vegas. People
Everywhere.
everywhere. I didn't know anybody, and I'm walking around. My friend got sick that I was with. We were at a conference, and I'm walking around going, this is so weird. There's people everywhere, and I feel all alone.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest feeling, and I remember telling myself, I think I'm just going to go back to the hotel. This is weird.
That's so funny that you bring that up, because I go to Vegas about 3 times a year for work, and you're right. There's shoulder-to-shoulder people everywhere.
Yeah.
But if my wife isn't there, I'm not really looking to hang out with total strangers,
That's
right?
good.
That's good. Yeah, that is good, isn't it?
It's a good thing.
Praise God. That is good. But I know the feeling of having a ton of people around, but if you don't know them, like when I go to business conferences and conventions, like all these other people might know each other, but if it's the first time I'm there, I'm like, you could be around 1 million people and feel totally alone.
Yep.
And
it's
then,
not always easy to step out and engage with people in conversation. And it's not always easy, especially if everybody else walking around that's feeling lonely doesn't want to engage in conversation.
True.
You can get stuck in a cycle or a mindset of loneliness.
Yeah.
And you keep yourself stuck in that mindset. So even though people are trying to engage you and pull you out of that little shell that you're in, you're stuck in that mindset cycle of being lonely.
Yeah.
So you never allow yourself.
You don't
You're
break out.
shipwrecked and stuck in this lonely boat that you yourself aren't climbing out of.
It's
And
so
some
true.
people even reach out to you and they try to help you out of that, but you can't see it.
It's hard to receive it. But there are some people that they're shipwrecked because they're stuck in their past, right?
Your past is
I
huge.
see that a lot when people are just stuck in their past. Like I'm pretty proud of I grew up in the 80s, early 80s, and I gotta tell you, the 80s was the best decade
Absolutely.
It was
of all
a great
time.
decade.
I mean, it was.
Music,
The
80s
music.
had it.
The hair.
The hair, man.
The hair.
I mastered the 80s hair.
I'm telling you, if they,
Down to here, man.
you had hair down to here.
Oh, yeah.
I had hair out to here. I know it's hard to believe, but I did. And then she had hair up to here.
I did.
Nice.
The bangs, right?
I had that wall bang perfected.
There you go.
Perfected.
But we get stuck in the 80s sometimes if you're our age. But but I do believe that, you know, when you feel like you're on that island and you're stuck in that mentality of being abused, being, you know, mocked or made fun of or whatever, if you have a culture or a family around you that kind of counters that, then maybe that's your lifeline out of that island, right? And I think that, like, when we talk about the culture and how important that is in our workplace, there could be people that come to work for you and they've been on that island of victim mentality for years and years, but then when they get to work, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so different here. We just need to provide that difference, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's just that godly love, right? The same way that God would love that person, we need to love that person. And eventually you just give them enough of that, and maybe that gives them that lifeline off the island.
That's what I was going to say. Just somebody feeling that true, genuine love. Like your shirts say, I love it. They feel that love, and I think they begin to relax.
Yeah.
And they let down the barriers, and they let that kind of lower a little bit, and they continue to feel and see the love in the way they're treated as an employee, they're treated as a family member, they're treated as a friend. That one-on-one time of investing into people, it lets them lower their walls enough that they can start that process.
We've had some crazy things happen
At work?
or after hours. Someone has called the general manager, and he was in a very, very dark, bad place. And had he not reached out, he might not be here.
Wow.
I mean, it was and we talked to him, not we, but my general manager, Craig, he talked to him, and his brother showed up and then and took over. But
That's
awesome.
Him being able to feel like he can reach out to somebody, it's just like what you're talking about. Just having that lifeline, having that one person that you just, I can talk to them. I know that I'm safe. I'm in a safe place, and 90% of the time it's feeling that safety.
Well, people have that victim mentality because they have been a victim, right?
Absolutely.
They've been a victim enough that they just feel like they're now always a victim. And I think that's still part of being stuck on that island of your past, right? And it's terrible that they went through that, but we've got to get them off that island.
But they're still shipwrecked.
They are. They're shipwrecked. And I want to read to you out of 2 Corinthians chapter 5. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17 says it like this. This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone, and a new life has begun. So if you believe the Bible, like if you believe the Bible is true, then that means that old victim mentality should be wiped out, because that's not who you are today, right? That old mentality of everything you knew in the past, it's a new day. It's a new day, and we need to trust that scripture applies to us today. We're made new, right?
There's so many times when you have to remind yourself of that. Okay, today's a new day.
That's right.
And it might be in the afternoon saying, today's a new day, I can make it.
It's so true.
I mean,
that's a good point that you make. When we come to Christ, we're made new. If we never genuinely love, you said love, the love of Christ, the agape love that God gives. If we never choose to give that love back out to someone, and then they come to Christ and they come to know that they have a father, even if they didn't have a father, they're shipwrecked island. Their abuse could be from not having a parent even in their home. It doesn't always have to be physical abuse.
Right.
But
that's true.
If we don't give that love out and they come to know him and they can have that mentality, I love that you take the time to love on people. You take the time, and that's a key thing. I think there are some people that are meant to be the leaders and be the people reaching out, but they don't want to take the time to stop and remember that we can be the one that throws the lifeline to those that are shipwrecked. We can be the one that throws that line out to them. And I love hearing about your story in your office, because you obviously are doing that yourself, and then now your employees are doing it with each other, with one
Yes.
another,
Yeah,
and probably
that's amazing.
people in their homes.
Yeah.
Your employee spent 10 minutes
Yeah.
consoling the lady who lost her husband, so that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We're almost out of time, but I want to
Yeah.
make another point. Sometimes the island
Yeah.
of our past has to do a lot with some of our old habits.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? Habits are hard to break.
Hard
and so
to
you
break.
sometimes
That's for
feel
sure.
like you're shipwrecked because of the habits that you've never been able to break. But this scripture still applies because those habits might have been back in the 80s. Because I had some habits in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Some people had habits in the 90s. We all have habits. But if it's a part of our past and you come to Christ, well, then he's made you new. And those habits don't have to be the habits anymore, right? He's made you new. He's made you new to overcome that. And that's your lifeline off the
Right.
island
Right.
of your past.
Yeah.
Right.
You have some habits, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
Danny's like, wait, we didn't
Doc,
script
we
that.
didn't
Wait,
talk
we
about
didn't
this.
talk about that. I'm
Of
just
course I do.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But God made you new.
He did. He did. And you know what? The enemy keeps talking to me.
And
We
that's a
call
good
it
point
self-talk,
because the
you know?
enemy is going to try to put
Yep.
you back on the island.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why
Oh,
we
yeah.
get stuck.
That's why we get
We
stuck.
listen to him and we're like, we're right back on this island again.
He does.
Stuck.
He gets you
Yep.
back on that island.
Yeah,
The
that's
moment
true.
you think you caught a break and you're like, I'm new, I'm done, then the enemy wants to remind you of
Oh, yeah.
your past and say, nope, you need to go right back on the island.
You're just like Gilligan, stuck
Yep.
on that island. You found a boat to get off
Yep.
the island, and all of a sudden you're back on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to
Shipwrecked
have
again.
I used to have an old habit, and I've taught this to my church before. I've used it as an example. But when I was a kid, I used to love taking a magnifying glass and burning every insect that I could find. But then that wasn't even enough. I graduated to like lizards because I lived in California. So I would burn the lizard tails off. Then that wasn't enough. So I got salt and I put it on the slugs
Slugs?
and the snails. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all had that habit. We've
all
all
done
been on that island. We've all been on that island. But I wanted to escape that island, so I literally prayed to God, God, this is so cruel. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm like,
I don't want to kill you.
right? I don't want to do this anymore. So I made this prayer, and I said, God, if I burn another insect, I want you to turn me into an insect. And I was serious. I'm like, I mean it, God. I mean it, God. And I was like, I made that deal. And I know God was just up there laughing at me like, you're such an idiot. I don't know if he called me an idiot, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you're still here.
But
so that's
no,
good.
I've graduated off that island. I don't burn insects anymore. I don't burn
And I'm
anybody.
glad I didn't marry a
That's
lizard.
good.
And you're glad you didn't marry a lizard. But anyway, God makes us new to get off those islands of
That's
habits.
right.
And I think that, like, if you're watching today and you feel like you've been on that island of habits, that island of your past, that maybe you're stuck in that victim mentality, God made you new, and you don't have to be subjected. Don't let the enemy
That's right.
try to put you back on that deserted
Right.
island.
Right.
So anyway, that's all the time we have for today, but we want to thank our guest and Straight Talk sponsor, Danny Sommers from Advantage
Yes,
Heating and
thank
Cooling.
Thank you.
And if you want to know how to keep your house comfortable, make sure you call Advantage. They've been keeping Salem and the Willamette Valley comfortable since 1992.
Well, we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching, and we'll have a great week, everyone. All right, well, we'll see you next time. And am I doing that again?
I missed the ending up. I even said weekend, and it's already weekend. And it's on Sunday, and I said have a great weekend.
But yeah.
I say 1992.
I already said that line, and then you came back
No,
and
we're-
did yours, and
we're-
then you went at, took
No.
us out last time.
No,
you
I know,
said
but
my line last
now,
time.
but now we're doing this, and then
Okay, I got it down.
Isaiah's gonna do
I got
his
it.
magic, and it's gonna be perfect.
Oh, okay.